Welcome to the Musings of Jessica Marie. Back in the olden days, women were able to stay at home to raise their children and take care of their households while their husbands went out into the world to bring home the bacon. Children were able to benefit from plenty of time spent with their mom while also getting home-cooked meals, plenty of outside play, and enrichment so they could grow up into well-rounded adults. Instead of relying on daycare centers, most people had to rely on grandparents or aunts and uncles to watch the kids if needed. Over time, that norm has changed due to many different factors. Feminism fought to bring women into the workforce for equal rights and pay. Inflation has run rampant to the point where it's extremely difficult to even survive with a single income. Don't even get me started on the rising home costs across the nation. There hasn't been much recourse to the widening wealth gap that keeps the poor poorer and the rich richer. And finally, wages across the board haven't adjusted to combat the inflation that keeps rising, so money is only going half as far as it used to. Let's focus on feminism for a second. While it did make strides to grant women additional liberties, such as the right to vote, and challenged the mindset that women were just pretty objects to look at, it also created a lot of misinformation and damage in its wake. It ushered in an era of women foregoing marriage and working with a man to accomplish things in life, to instead forging their own independent paths, no matter how detrimental that process is to their physical, mental, financial, and emotional well-being. It also taught women how to compete with men, ultimately creating masculine women. Since most are foregoing marriage, there is no safety net of a second income to rely on. Instead, if a woman chooses to be single, she's going to have to figure out how to make enough money to sustain herself. While there are opportunities to reach six-figure salaries, the tolls that rising through the ranks takes on us is sometimes not worth all the stress and effort. The qualities to succeed in corporate America are the exact qualities that will keep a woman single and alone. The domineering, aggressive, and stubborn nature that women must use to be on level playing ground at a job just won't work in a healthy marriage situation. At the end of the day, it's in a man's nature to lead his household and family. Most won't put up with a particularly quarrelsome woman for long. While I'm not saying that women should settle for less wages, I am saying that the focus should be on securing a husband instead of breaking your back for a job that will get rid of you at any moment's notice. That way, you won't have to carry the stress and worry of making something out of nothing. You'll have a husband to help pick up the slack or create a new game plan that will work for your situation. For the women who aspire to be high earners like lawyers, doctors, software engineers, and the like, it's important to remember to stay grounded while making that type of dough. You make the money and don't let the money make you. While I don't personally understand or relate to the stress that comes with a high-earning job, I do know that it doesn't substitute having a husband in your life. A video I watched recently hit this point right on its head. It's linked below if you'd like to check it out. What happens to society when we focus on making too much money? When we don't have any hobbies because we want to monetize everything we touch. When it's hard for men and women to put their differences aside because of ridiculous financial expectations. We get depressed, overworked, and lonely women who are forced to keep going because there's no one coming to save them. I can't stress enough how important it is to understand that having a husband and a family, especially in this economy, is not an option. Don't play around until your 30s, thinking the man you want is going to want you now that you're ready to settle down. The unfortunate truth is, He wanted you to stop going on girls' trips in your 20s so you both could build toward a common goal and get it out of the mud. Now that you both are older and expectations are different, he's moved on from what could have been. Money is seen as the root of all evil because it can corrupt people and expose their true nature. It's often said that money doesn't change a person, it just exacerbates what was already there. If a person is already selfless, money will only make them more of that. The same can be said for negative qualities. If someone doesn't understand how to stay out of debt, more money won't magically fix their tendencies. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in the next episode. Signed, Jessica Marie.